Guys, welcome back to the channel. This is now part 2 of the reassembly for the intake manifold gaskets, valve cover, fuel injection, O-ring, all the stuff that we stopped with the last video. Although I do just want to forewarn each and every one of you, we might have had a little issue with some of this video because a good chunk of it had no sound. So I hope you're going to enjoy the, some of the videos where my mouth is, and the words might not match because I'm going to have to do a voiceover. But anyways, let's get into the reassembly of this. Okay, now it's important to make sure that the injectors are clean before you put it back in. So at this moment, I'm actually wiping everything down and getting all the crud out of it in case I got any extra dielectric grease on it. And I'm obviously still yapping more than I should have been. This is great when you go back and watch this the second time. This voiceover is going to be phenomenal. I hope you guys really like this. I'm talking about something. I have no clue what it is. Okay, right now it's very important what I'm actually pointing is there's a little dab of RTV in each one of those corners I pointed to, and I'm going to put the intake manifold gaskets in now. There's little nubs in it. You'll pop them in, and then that actually lets the gaskets seal to the block because the RTV actually won't get underneath it. As you can see, it's kind of smooshing out on that front one right there by my thumb. So now I'm going to run a bead from the front and the back of that. You want to do enough, but not too much, because if you put too much, it'll actually ooze down the side of the engine and then cause problems for you. You want to see just enough squeeze out on the front, which we'll show what that is here shortly. We're going to put this bead on. Again, you want to put just enough, but not too much. I'm going to add a little bit more to the back because we were a little low back there. It's hard to see just because, well, the hood's right in the way of everything. Okay, we got the intake all ready to go. You can see it's all cleaned up, front and back. We got the ports cleaned out a little bit for where the throttle body goes. So now we're going to set it on. It's important when you set it on, you try not and slide it back and forth too much, because if you slide it too much, then, well, it pushes all the RTV around and kind of defeats the purpose. So that hose, I'm going to push it back a little bit. That's part of the EGR system. Make sure you got all the wiring out of the way. So it's just one quick drop in there. And you'll see it slide a little bit. That's about as much as you're going to want it to slide. You're not going to want to slide much more than that. Get your holes lined up. All right, so this is the squeeze out I was talking about. You can see just enough of it. You don't want a ton, you want just enough to leak out, which that's like the perfect amount to come out of it. So now that that's done, we're going to start putting the bolts back in. Again, when we took the bolts out, we set them in a certain way. It's important to put the bolts back in the same exact way. Some of them have studs for other things to attach to them. Some of them are just bolts. And then we're going to torque everything down. There is a sequence. Rob's going to put that picture up now of actually how you're supposed to torque them. I'm going super fast. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh yes. I'm so fast. You do not realize how fast I am. Now we're slowing back down because I'm getting ready to torque everything down. So we're getting ready to do the torquing of the head for the intake. And it's important to follow, Rob will put it up again, this picture of the way you're supposed to torque this down. If you don't torque it correctly, then you're gonna mess up how it goes down. So the intake manifold, when you go to do it, you're gonna do an initial pass of 6 to 7 foot-pounds to tighten it down. And then after that, you're gonna do another 35 foot-pounds in the same pattern that you did on the first one. Click, 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 click. Okay, now that's done, we're going to readjust and set it to 35 foot-pounds, retorque in the exact same pattern we just did for the first pass, now for the second pass. Click, click, click. Now to tighten those down, I forgot to mention that's a T50 or Torx 50. So now we're getting ready to put the fuel injectors back in. Just kind of run them back over, line them up, make sure everything's out of the way before you do it. Then it's just a push. And you're gonna feel like you're gonna break something, but you're not. Just push until it pops in there. You'll know when it goes down in. So that's what it should look like. They pop right down in. And you see they're more flush. It's also important to make sure the injectors are facing the correct way with plugs because they might twist a little. These bolts are 10mm bolts. There's 4 of them. I'm just going to run them down, tighten them up a little bit. Just snug them because we're going to torque them. So these bolts are torqued to 15 foot-pounds. Really no pattern on how you do them, but just know this is going click each time I do this. Snug, 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 click. I got them pretty close actually when I tighten them up anyways. All right, now that's done, we'll get all the wiring put back in. I have no clue what I was saying at this moment, but I'm putting the cold air intake back on, which is actually kind of neat because it's the first time I've ever taken it off. I didn't even realize it was screwed down on there. But now we're just going to kind of let everything dry, and tomorrow we'll be back to start it up again and see what it does. I really hope you enjoyed the voiceover. Whoops. Hopefully we don't do that in the next one. We're still really not sure what happened with the microphones, but whatever. We're back to normal now. So it's the next day. As I walk through a bunch of stuff. It's down. I don't have the covers on it because I want to make sure nothing's leaking. We're going to fire it up and see if it's, well, running better. Okay. Here we go. Seems like it runs better. This is the moment, though, when I put it in reverse. Ooh. We're not stumbling on ourselves like we normally would. That might have fixed it. I think it fixed it. I'm gonna let it run, come up to operating temperature, and then we'll see how she does. So we'll be back shortly. All right, we're up to operating temperature. I did notice there is a pump down on the bumper for this, for the EGR system. I don't have an EGR valve. That's been deleted. But there is still some of the EGR system left in this. So it's like half deleted. I don't know what they were doing. But the pump came on. It's the first time in this year will be 3 years of owning the car. It's the first time in 3 years I've ever heard that pump come on. So obviously something sealed right. Now when I put it in reverse, it's idling. It's not stumbling like it used to. So reluctantly, I am going to go drive this up the road to my cousin's store quick. But wait a minute. Put a seatbelt on. We're safe now. Okay. We're going to run it up the road. See how she does. I'm hoping it runs a little better. I wouldn't recommend doing this normally, but yeah, I'd say she's got a little more oomph to her than she used to have, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'll see you guys when we get back to the garage. We're back. All of like 2 seconds up and down the road. Really isn't a lot of salt on the road where I live because there's a lot of traffic every day. So I wasn't too concerned about where I went with this. But it runs a lot better. Still has a little bit of a stumble at idle. Not as bad as it did, which makes me think that the OptiSpark, I'm sure, was right full of oil. So that's probably going to take a little while to get that cleared out. I'm hoping the more I run it, granted, this is the first time I've actually driven it on the road since October of last year. So I'm hoping a little more run time. It'll get running a little better and a little better and a little better and just eventually keep getting better and better and better. So, but listen, guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. I apologize about the I should say not the camera malfunction, the audio malfunction. We're really not sure what happened. There's about 800 guesses, but we'll never know. If you like this video, though, and it was helpful for you doing your LT1, hit that like button. Make sure to share this with a friend, because we got to get this content out for you guys. You know, we need more and more people, because that's what we're after. Leave a comment down below what you thought. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and we'll catch you in the next one.